Good morning, boys and girls. Mrs. Stroud here. And today we're going to once again work on our phonics and grammar together. Okay? So this is our phonics. It is page 150 in your reader's notebook. Okay? So it's a cumulative review. It says read each sentence, choose the missing word from the box, write the word, then reread the complete sentence. And we always do that to make sure it makes sense, correct? Okay, so let's talk about our words for today. We have redo or do-over, preview or see before. So I can preview a writing for you before you turn it into your teacher. So I see it before your teacher does. Okay, sleepless means without sleep. Erasable, able to be erased, right? So pencil is able to be erased. Some colored pencils are able to be erased, correct? Some pens are even able to be erased. Next, freshness, the state of being fresh. So we want all of our foods to be fresh. We need our meats and vegetables, our fruits to be nice and fresh. When we eat them, we don't want anything that's not fresh. Next, tasteless, without taste. It's ugh. We don't want it. Oh, that was tasteless, meaning it just didn't taste like anything. It wasn't very good, right? Crispness. Okay, if something is crisp, think of an apple. You bite into it, it makes a noise, right? You can tell that it's nice and crisp. Valuable. Okay, it's able to have value. So if something is valuable, it means it's worth some money, a lot of money. Okay, like cars, some certain cars can be very valuable, right? Jewelry, paintings, things like that can be very valuable, lots of money. Houses, right? Okay, here we go. Number one. Justin spent a blank night at the campout because he was worried about bears. So it was night. Think about what he was doing. And he was worried about bears. Let's take a look. Redo, preview, sleepless, erasable, freshness, tasteless, crispness, valuable. Alrighty, boys and girls, if you said sleepless, you are absolutely correct. He could not sleep because he was worried about bears. So that's your given for today. Number two, to test the blank of celery, see if it makes a snapping sound. So let's see what our celery would be. Redo, preview, sleepless, erasable, freshness, tasteless, crispness, valuable. And as always, if you have more than one idea for that one, you can wait and see if another one makes more sense. Just circle it and come back to it. Number three, the painting is blank because it is one of a kind. So if it's one of a kind, and it's a painting, let's take a look. Redo, preview, sleepless, erasable, freshness, tasteless, crispness, valuable. And number four, after one sip of the blank soup, Tessa switched and ate something with more flavor. So if she ate something with more flavor, what is the soup? Let's take a look. Redo, preview, sleepless, erasable, freshness, tasteless, crispness, valuable. Okay, number five. I like to draw in pencil because it is blank and I can fix my mistakes. So if you can fix something, it must be what? Redo, preview, sleepless, erasable, freshness, tasteless, crispness, valuable. Alrighty, on to number six. Daniel always smells each melon to test its blank before buying it. So if he smells a melon to see if it's what before he buys it. Let's see. Redo, preview, sleepless, erasable, freshness, tasteless, crispness, valuable. Okay, number 7. Here's something that's happened to me before. I made so many mistakes, I had to blank the whole assignment. What did you have to do if you had so many mistakes? Ready? Redo, preview, sleepless, erasable, freshness, tasteless, crispness, valuable. Alrighty, and finally, number 8. We got to blank the movie before it came to the local theater. Take a look. Redo, preview, sleepless, erasable, freshness, tasteless, crispness, valuable. Alrighty, boys and girls. So that is your phonics for today. Make sure you're spelling everything correctly. It's up here for you to look at. And make sure you reread those sentences. Go back through and make sure they make sense. Now we are going to go on to page 58. So I'm just going to turn the pages in my reader's notebook, right? And we have a connect to writing. Okay, we've been working with adverbs and adjectives. So let's read our directions. It says use adjectives and adverbs to compare. All right, so that was big, bigger, biggest, right? So we're going to compare to make your ideas easier for other readers to picture. To compare two nouns or actions, add ER to most adjectives and adverbs. To compare more than two nouns or actions, add EST to most adjectives or adverbs. Now here's the one part we have to watch. Use more or most before an adverb that else ends in ly. So let's take a look. They give us a little example here. An adjective. Molly's backpack is heavier than Jeff's. Two people. The word is heavy. We change it to heavier. And remember, change Y to I, add the affix, right? The suffix at the end. Stephen has the heaviest backpack of everyone in the class. Okay, so that's more than two. Next, an adverb. Stacy climbs more easily than Brett. So we're comparing Stacy and Brett, just two, so it's more easily. Now, when we compare more than twos, Mike climbs most easily of everyone in the group. So most when we have more than two. Okay? So they're going to give us our words here. And we're going to go down and see which one we should put in and rewrite our sentence. So it says choose the correct form of the adjective or adverb in parentheses and write the sentence. And again, we're going to make sure we're using COPS, capitalization, organization, punctuation, and spelling and spacing. They're giving you the sentence here. Make sure everything is spelled correctly. Make sure your capitals are where they're supposed to be, right? Okay, here we go. Mrs. Brown's map is blank than my map. Okay, so we're comparing my and Mrs. Brown. How many people? Two. So we're going to use that ER. Here we go. Mrs. Brown's map is newer than my map. So we need to write that on the line, and that's your given for today. Next, number 2. Where are the higher or highest mountains in the world? Mountains in the world. Do you think there's more than two? Let's take a look. Where are the higher mountains in the world? Where are the highest mountains in the world? What are we going to write there? Number 3. Bryn spoke more eagerly about climbing than Joe, or Bryn spoke most eagerly about climbing than Joe. Decide how many people. Are we comparing two, or are we comparing more than two? We use more when we compare two. We use most when we compare more than two. Okay. Number 4. Of all the climbers, Lucas climbed more powerfully, or of all the climbers, Lucas climbed most powerfully. So decide if there's 2 or there's more than 2. If there's 2, we use more powerfully. If there are more than 2, we use most powerfully. And sometimes you can just read the sentence and it sounds better one way or the other, but we need to know the rules here. Okay? All right, boys and girls, that's it for today. All right, make sure you're writing those sentences correctly, spelling everything correctly. Make sure you reread to make sure they make sense. Probably have to do this on another page as these lines are awful small unless you write awful small. All right? All righty, you guys have a great day and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.